Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this March episode of EPL Wizards Podcast, where the best managers play. Today's exclusive interview is with our GPASS Manager of the Month, Louise Payne. Weezy is also top of the league, and you don't want to miss the crown and anchor, Baba. It's the show you look forward to most each month. It's the EPL Wizards Podcast. Sit back and enjoy. This show is brought to you by our gracious sponsors, BDA Home Solutions, delivering quality indoor air for a healthier you. YGS FC, respect all, fear none. GPASS, providing you seamless entry to all of your favorite events. And also brought to you by Just for Kicks, for all your sporting needs. Congratulations, Weezy. Well done. Well won. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
It's an honor to have you back on the show. And we've had quite a few people asking, how did you win February? And what did you do to win the month?
Basically, I let go of wanting to win February. I started to realize that I needed a chip strategy. Suddenly, a couple of my players that I was trying to get rid of, being Van Dijk and O'Reilly, they started scoring. And I had promised myself at the beginning of the season, if I ever got close in any month, I will throw chips. I'll do whatever it is to win. But I also noticed I was climbing up the leaderboard, and I did not want to jeopardize that. And so I let go of wanting to win February.
But it worked.
Sorry. I just have to add in the bit about I did triple captain in week 26. I bought into the reasoning for doing it then, but I could not bring myself to triple captain Gabrielle, and I kept triple captain Rice, that I think really pushed me over.
Was that the double? Was that the double game week for Arsenal?
That
or
was
that
the double game week. Yes.
Yeah, I contemplated triple captaining, but I think I used a free hit on that week instead, and it didn't work out for me in the same way it worked out for you, Easy.
Yes, it worked out. But like I said, the first thing was just letting go of, okay, I'm not trying to win a month anymore.
Hey, there's a life lesson in there somewhere as well, not just for fantasy. There's a life lesson in there somewhere.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how have you found the season so far, Weezy? Obviously, we've had you on this podcast in previous seasons. You're a stalwart of the EPL Wizards, always near the top of the leaderboard every single year. How have you found this year so far?
Well, I'm having a great year this year. It's actually only my third. I didn't know how long the Wizards have been around, but I only discovered you in 23 or 24. So this is my only my second visit to the podcast.
More than most.
Yes. More than me.
Yes. But I found that last year I was maybe 95% ready, and not being 100% ready made me on the back foot the whole season, and it was really difficult. But this year, having a great start, and it's really been a pleasure. I don't think I've dropped out of the top 20 all season. Even when I thought my team looked like mush.
No, I've seen you up there. I've seen you up there the whole time. It's been good to see. And now I think you're leading the league on a whole right now.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point, Nate. Let's have a look at the overall table. We have Stay Ready 3.0. We could talk about the team name in a minute, but looks like you're clear at the top on 1,800 points. So can you just give us, actually, before we get to your team name, I just want to let anybody who is watching us live know if you have questions for Weezy, please feel free to let us know over the next 20 minutes or so. We'll be more than happy to ask Weezy the questions. Where did your team name come from?
Just off the top of my head, struggling to find a name, and I always like the saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Yeah. And so that became the name. And because this was the first time I participated in a league. The year before I joined the Wizards, I thought I was signing up with Royal Gazette, and but I never, whenever I went to my laptop every week, I never saw anything about a league or Royal Gazette. And so my whole first year of playing this, I was competing with the average.
Oh, you were just in the big global.
I'm sorry, Nate.
You were just in the big global leaderboard, and that's it.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know I probably should have been in Bermuda, but it was only when I tried to sign up for Wizards that I saw what a real league and being in a league looked like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just pulled Stay Ready from the top of my head.
Oh, beautiful. It's a good name, and it's working for you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that's that's the most important thing. So I just had a question for you. It's completely off topic, but I wanted to change the background that we have on right now. But can you just let us know? Do you know any of the houses in the background behind us? Are you familiar with any of this by any chance?
There's one that is kind of green. I think Nate's picture just blocked it out, but that's my house.
There you go.
I need to get it brighter again, but yeah, that's my house right there.
So you're on every podcast then. You're not. This isn't your second visit. You're on every podcast.
Right. Yes. I'll have to see if there's any copyright infringement or anything.
Yeah. Take it up with the photographer. Yeah.
Yeah. The photographer may owe you a check or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so my next question was, how did you get interested in Premier League? Because it's not something that everybody's interested in. I know a lot of my friends don't like the fantasy league, but they love Premier League. How did you first kind of get the bug to do fantasy?
I think it really grew from my tying for first place in a World Cup pool at work. And okay. I had no clue what the teams or who were the good teams or what, but I put my $20 in and I spent the whole month watching games and making predictions to come out tied for first place. I think I won $900. That was my half of first place. And so that gave me the idea that this sort of thing it's a lot of luck in there. But now that I'm into fantasy, you still have to work at it. The harder you work, the better your luck gets. But that's how I got the
that.
taste.
I like that.
Another life lesson. There's another life lesson in there somewhere.
That.
You're
I
coming
like
out
that.
more,
I like
yeah.
that. I like that. So we just got a question here. I just want to encourage the questions while we have them. Looks like Glenn Bean, who's one of your biggest fans, says, "Great job, Weezy. Do you see yourself like Gunners taking it all this year?"
This is exactly what we were just talking about, Bob. This is exactly what we were just talking about.
It's an excellent question. Excellent question, Glenn. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Go for it, Weezy.
Well, I must admit, I know Mr. Bean knows my son. I haven't met him, but I'm looking forward to meeting him because we're currently battling in Champions League right now also. But BJ would tease me that as I was going up the leaderboard, that I'm starting to act like City. But I haven't really thought about taking it all. I'm just, trying to stay ready and let the chips fall where they may. I might also add that at the beginning of the season, I would have never dreamed that I could even make it to first place, and to spend sometimes weeks in first. I'm like, all I'm doing is being conservative and making, conservative moves, nothing risky, but it's working. So.
And I think that's the main thing. If it's working, you gotta kind of stick with it. I don't know. I think that's.
But I like how you said you're just taking it, 1 week at a time. You're not getting ahead of yourself.
Exactly.
So very, very unlike the fans of that red and white team in London.
Okay, so for anybody who's just joining, before we started, there were some comments about Arsenal fans in the group, and so all I will say is I think the group is very lively.
It's been
and I
excellent.
encourage
Yeah,
everybody.
it's good to see.
I encourage everybody to post as long as we're respectful of each other. That's all I ask.
I agree. It's been great to see the chat popping off. It's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Nate. Any questions? For Weezy?
I think you had one, Pub. You said that you had written one down.
Yes, I did. One. I did. So okay. This is probably going to be one of the questions that you least expected, Weezy. And I did not mention this yesterday during our dress rehearsal because I wanted you to give us the honest answer. So, for you, in your experience, what is the best fish sandwich in Bermuda? Where can you get the best fish sandwich from in Bermuda?
I like Mamma Mia's. Although I generally like my fish sandwiches not on raisin bread and not with all of the trimmings, but yeah, Mamma Mia's.
Mamma Mia's they do a good fish sandwich. I wish they weren't so far away from me, but they do a good fish sandwich.
Yes.
Over the last 2 years though, I've been a Seaside Grill guy. I've been big on the Seaside.
You like
Grill
Seaside Grill?
But
that's also isn't that North Shore? They only have one.
No, because they have one up Rangers. They have one up Rangers now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For a couple years now. For a couple years they have one up Rangers. Give Seaside a try. I'm big on the Seaside last 2 years or so.
Okay. Yeah, I do like Seaside as well. Mamma Mia's was that the one that was at Crystal Caves?
Yeah, it used to be a Cafe Olé. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
now. I heard that Cafe Olé is still making some pretty great fish sandwiches, even after the guy from Mamma Mia's left. So, probably worth a try as well to see if they're still slinging them.
Interestingly enough, in the last week or so, I've seen 2 or 3 YouTube videos of people taste testing.
I think you're probably the exact same one that I'm talking about, because I saw a guy up Cafe Olé, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize they were still slinging after the guy from Mamma Mia's left.
yeah. So I've seen a couple of them on TikTok, I guess, but
yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Okay, good to know.
Everybody knows where to go now. You got to go Mamma Mia's and Seaside.
Yeah, There we go. Okay, so if we do have anybody else watching, it looks like we have about 350 viewers right now.
I was wondering where you were going.
Out of our 350 viewers, if you have any questions for Weezy, please let us know. We do have our question time, which is open right now for your questions between fish sandwiches and maybe even her favorite color. Anything is on the table. That's all I have to say.
I was chatting to some folks today, Fub, and it's almost time to start making the kite.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, who's making a kite this year? Weezy, Mandela? You making one out in England, Fub?
I'm gonna make a kite. I was thinking to start a gumbe troop. So if I'm gonna start a gumbe troop, I might as well do a kite first. The kite would be easy. Yeah, I think I'm looking at doing at least one kite, a Bermuda traditional kite.
Okay.
And now is the time. We're 11th of March right now, Nate.
Yeah.
And I think it's
I always tell myself to start 2 weeks early, and then I don't. And I start Thursday evening, and half my Good Friday is ruined because I spend 4 hours making my kite. Not ruined. Ruined's not the right word, but
yeah, I know what you mean. You spend it making putting the time in.
Yeah.
All right, so I think next up we should probably look at the Back to the Future question, because Back to the Future is something that we always forget. We're always living in the moment. I think that's the problem.
That's the right way to say it. That's the right way to say it.
I think that's the problem, Nate. So for anybody who is watching our show for the very, very, very first time, Back to the Future is where we have last month's winner ask a question to this month's winner. So from last month, we have our last month's winner, Chris. And Chris had a very, very special question for Weezy. Right now, we're going to play that question for Weezy, and we'll see what Chris had to ask to you.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it earlier, but obviously this season we get 2 chips. So we have the first half done. So we got the second half chips to use. So my question was, if they haven't used it already, when are they planning to use the chips? And I guess if they have used some, when do they recommend to use the chips?
Hey, you got your notepad out, Fub? Got your notepad out? Take some notes.
Yeah, I got it. Got it right here. Look. And the pen.
Okay, you want me to have a go at it?
Go for it, please. Please let us know. Please let us know what are you thinking about the chips. That's everybody wants to know.
Let me preface this by saying I still think of myself as a beginner, so I'm still learning a lot. And I think in the first half of the season, when we had all the chips, I must have heard one of the videos state that most of the chips are best maximized during double game weeks. So on the first half of the season, it didn't matter how you played your chips. Then came January, and the content creators started talking about chip strategy, and they lost me by the time we got to game week 32. So I decided that the strategy of triple captaining in game week 26 was a good idea. I went against the grain in who I triple captained, but it also made me focus on the fact that they were saying that the blank game week 31 was a small blank. And so you should try and hold transfers, they call it dead ending, into game week 31. So that's what I was concentrating on, which helped me not just put Wolves players in my team just because Wolves were doubling.
Right.
So I still counted the Arsenal and City players in my squad and had 6 and I could only bench 4. So I knew leading up to game week 31, I needed to get rid of at least one City and one Arsenal player. So that was my plan. The other thing they were recommending was in game week 32 to wild card to get ready to stock up on players that would be doubling in game week 33, at which time you would use the bench boost, and then you use your free hit in game week 34 so that you can deal with all of the people who were not going to be playing in game week 34. Now that I'm closer and I had to learn and now understand how the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup games
all getting shifted around.
All of this. So now that I'm almost at week 32, I personally think my squad won't need to use a wild card. I still will be looking to bench boost in 33 and free hit in 34. And anybody who has triple captain left, they can triple captain because in game week 36, because it looks like that will be a double game week.
I'm sitting here on the game weeks now as you're going, Weezy.
Sorry?
Dropping gems.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm sitting here. I'm scrolling through the game weeks as you're talking, being like, all right, let me.
Well, I listen to a lot of the videos to make sure I understand this. And now that I understand it a little bit better, I do not see the value of wildcarding for me, for my team in game week 32. But as I get closer, I'll look at who is going to be doubling in 33, and then I'll make a decision.
Okay, that's a fantastic answer.
That was very... the chat popped off on that, Fub.
Yeah. We have a question here. Keyshawn Bean says, "When is the best time that you think to use a wild card for the remaining fixtures?"
I mean, Weezy kind of touched on that. She kind of touched on it in the answer.
What they are recommending is that you use the wild card just before a bench boost. So in the bench boost, you're trying to get people who are playing twice. And so you want to stack up on those players. But what I learned in getting this far is, like I did not see any value in me just stocking up on Wolves players just because they doubled in 26. I also had my eyes on Munaz for when he came back from his injury. I wanted to put him in my side, but because I had my little strategy going, I know Crystal Palace was going to be blanking in 31, so I'm like, nope, I can't touch Munaz. And I think making those decisions bode well for me.
Clearly, I mean, you're here on the podcast. You're doing better than the 120 odd other people that are in the EPL Wizards.
I mean, top of February,
146,
146, top of February, and also top of the league overall. I mean, you can't really complain.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
You're doing a job. You're doing a great job.
I'm learning, yes, and I'm enjoying the education.
Yes, beautiful.
And before we forget, I think we need to get a question from Weezy for next month's winner. Is that correct, Bob?
That is absolutely correct. Thank you very much, Nate. Right on time.
Look at that.
There you go. Weezy, you know what to do.
So the question, hopefully the question is something that I really feel I need an answer to, is team value. I want to see how working on team value and paying attention to team value at the end of the day, is it going to help me buy a player if I may have a shortage of cash in the bank? I'm still trying to grapple with that. So hopefully someone can come on and explain it to me as if I were a 5-year-old.
Well, look at the rate you're going. You're top of the league in February, top of the league overall. You might have to answer that question yourself come the end of March.
That's very true. That's very true, Nate. That is very true, Nate. I think there are a few people.
The answer, so.
There are a few people. There are a few people in the league that are saying we wish that we were in your place right now.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'll be curious to see what the answers are going forward. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I just wanted to say a very special thank you to everybody who is watching right now. We have a few people in the live chat. It's about I think it's about 496 people, 497 people right now. And it's great that it's a Champions League night, Champions League day, and we still have almost 500 people watching us today. It's incredible.
Can we just? I have one last question for Weezy, and
go for it.
Go for it. Genuinely curious about everybody's thoughts on the topic, because it's one of the most interesting subplots of this season at this point. Do you guys think Spurs are going down?
I saw the Champions League game that they played. I saw the highlights from it, and I was wondering.
I think they could go down.
I think
they could go down.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Anything's possible in this league.
It is. It's wild.
Yeah,
I think they've not been in the top flight of English football. I think since the 50s, they've been in the top flight every single year. That was the last time they were relegated. It's wild. Absolutely wild.
So can I just give you my honest answer, Nate? Is
as an Arsenal fan?
As an Arsenal fan, I would rather Arsenal win Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, and the I'd rather we win out, and Tottenham stay up. If I had to choose, that's my my thoughts. But
okay, I don't think Arsenal's winning all of those, but so if you could only win one or two of those, would the answer still be the same? If you could only win the Premier League, if it was just Premier League, but Tottenham stayed up.
I'd say if we only win one of those, I think Tottenham go down. Definitely. I think Tottenham go down. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe.
I mean, Tottenham games are must-watch TV at this point for the rest of the season.
Did you see their goalkeeper? Crazy. Their goalkeeper looked like he was on roller skates or something.
That was just one of the wildest 20 minutes of football that I think I've seen.
I don't think I've seen a goalkeeper getting subbed that early.
Yeah.
In my 15 minutes. Life. Yeah.
Basically after 15 minutes. And then, anyways, we're not here to, I have no stake in the game. I'm not an Arsenal fan or a fan of a London team. So I'm not, I know other London fans are pretty ecstatic and joyous about seeing Spurs go down, but I'm not. I'm more just interested in it as from a just an interest standpoint. It's just wild.
So I do know there are quite a few of our members of the EPL Wizards who are staunch Tottenham fans, and they've been Tottenham fans from life. And I just want to say thank you for being a part of the league. And hopefully, if whatever happens at the end of this season, you can continue to stay with us. I think that's the main thing. I'm sure that there are also people in our league who don't have a team in the Premier League. So don't let that.
That's true as well. We did get some comments in just now, Fub. He joined in on the discussion about Spurs and on current form.
Yeah,
they are doing. It does seem like they're doing all the wrong things. Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yeah, do you see that one? Can you see that one, Weezy? So first one on core form is what I base it, not cause I'm gonna. They are doing all the wrong things. Change of coach is looking to be more of I agree.
It was just such a strange decision to hire a coach knowing that you were in a relegation battle that had no experience in English football whatsoever, had never played in England, had never managed in England. It's just one of those decisions. It looks baffling. It looked somewhat baffling at the time, and it looks even more baffling now.
I'm gonna just share my screen. I hope you don't mind, Nate, if I share my screen for a quick second.
Not at all.
There is basically there is a few different I guess situations where some teams have decided to change managers for whatever reason. And there are a few teams on there that I guess you would recognize. And I do believe Chelsea's in there as well.
Do you want to bring up the amount of trophies that each team has in that?
No. Let's focus on this one first. So this is since 2020. Since 2020, how have the coaches looked? And I feel like the less coaches, the better. Is kind of my thinking here. But yeah, Tottenham. I would say Tottenham has definitely won that competition.
Look, I agree. You got to give managers time. Expecting changes and wholesale changes, especially with teams that are struggling. Expecting changes to be that quick is just wild. United are as guilty of it as anybody. It's interesting from a United fan's perspective about United because I think at the time that each of those managers were sacked, I'm talking about the permanent managers, not the interim ones. At the time that each of the permanent managers were sacked, I think it was the right time for them to go for whatever reason, for one reason or another. But at the same time, you wonder where we'd be if we had kept Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We were playing great football under Ole. We had come second. We'd been in the Champions League back-to-back seasons. The only time that's happened since Fergie. But at the time, it was the right decision, I think, to sack Ole. But looking back on it now, you think, man, probably should have stuck with him longer. But yeah, I'm with you. I think managers should be given more time. I think it bodes well when you give managers more time if they're showing that they deserve it, obviously. But yeah, next graphic, which I know you probably won't have, is how many trophies those clubs have in that same.
Yeah, we can do that for the next show. I think we do that for the next show.
Yeah, we can do that for the next show.
Definitely. Yeah, we can do that for the next show. So we do have a few more comments. You did mention a few things here. Looks like we have David. This is David Furtado of YGS 441. He says, "Love the show. Great job, guys." And I think that's probably thanks to Weezy, who's really been carrying us today.
Yeah,
Weezy,
for sure,
thank you very much for joining us today. And I think the next topic. Thank you for being on. I think the next topic, Nate, would probably. I think it's the topic that everybody really wants to know about. Up next, I would suggest we do Crown and Anchor.
Yeah, it's probably time, Bub. It's probably time. I think. Let's go ahead and I'll share my screen. We can go through. We're already up to a certain point. Where are we? Here we are. And can you see both halves, Bub, or can you only see one?
I see now. I can see your full screen.
Right. Do you see both the form and the sheet, or just the form?
I see one or the other. I think it's kind of going in between both.
Got you.
I think it's going between both.
Technical difficulties. Give me 1 sec. I'll just share my entire screen and we'll go for it that way. Cool. So now you should be able to see them both.
Yes, we can see both.
Perfect.
Both,
so
definitely.
On the left, we obviously have the form. On the right, we have the leaderboard as it stands. So currently, we've already gone through all of the fixtures themselves, and this is where the leaderboard stands just after tabulating points from the fixtures. So we have four competitors on 8 points. We've got a big chunk of people on 7. good chunk on 6 as well. Weezy being one of them. And so on and so forth. So we can see where things stand. Malik Robinson, Craig Dixon, Anton Lugo, and Bridgie all on 8. Len Bean, who's live, he's on 7. A couple others on 7 there as well. So next step will be to judge the Champions Choice fixture. That match ended 2-1 to the Arsenal. Arsenal versus Chelsea. So that means that everyone who said 2 goals for Arsenal gets a point. And we'll save that. And it means that everyone who said 1 goal for Chelsea will get a point. And save that. And we can see the leaderboard updating live. We see that Antion Lugo and Bridgie have now jumped up to 10 points, with Malik and Craig only getting 1 of those correct. So we will resort the leaderboard. And Antion and Bridgie are now joint leaders on 10, with a large group at 9, including Len Bean, who is live in the chat, I believe. Big group on 8 as well. And then the last thing to do is guess the number. So the closest to the total goals. There were, if I believe correctly, 36 total goals in that game week. So that means that everyone who guessed 36 will get 3 points. Everyone who guessed either 35 or 37 will get 2 points. And everyone who guessed either 34 or 38 will get 1 point. So forgive the time. We'll have to go through one at a time here. 29. So 34 gets 1 point. 38 gets 1 point. Did anybody guess 36 on the number? I don't know.
That would be good to know.
Well, we'll see in a sec. They'll jump. They might have a big jump if they did. Yes, we had one person guess 36 on the number. They will get a big, sweet 3 points. There's a 35, so they will get 2. And that is that. So, we'll have that didn't seem to affect the leaderboard. It did not. Antion and Bridgie still joint leaders after that, which means we are going into the tie break between Antion and Bridgie on 10 points each. Oh, sorry. Jeff is up there as well. That was a mistake. I didn't resort the columns. Jeff Schwartz. Jeff's up there. He's a past monthly winner, I believe.
Yes, indeed.
Up there. So 3 people on 10. So we go to the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is the closest to the largest fantasy total from that game week. So the largest fantasy total globally for that game week was 125 points. So we will.
And this is the just for kicks tiebreaker.
This is the just for kicks tiebreaker. That's correct. This is the just for kicks tiebreaker. So we'll start with Antoine, and he guessed 115. Remember, the total was 125, so it's looking like 115 is going to be the closest between those top 3. Unless I'm mistaken, that means that our Crown and Anchor winner is Antoine Lugo.
We got a message here from Antoine Lugo a second ago saying, Lugo is here.
There we go. Live in the chat and wins the Crown and Anchor. That's what if you're live in the chat, you might win. So
that's what it's about.
That's our February Crown and Anchor winner. He's live in the chat and he wins. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations.
Well done. Yeah, congratulations.
There we go.
Yes. Well done.
Yeah, very
wonderful.
Well done. That's exciting. I like how you break it down, Nate.
I try, Bob. I try. I know it gets a little complicated, so I think it's try and help it by showing it on the show and and walking through, and people can see the changes to the leaderboard as they happen. Yeah. So there we go. February's Crown Anchor, and I believe congratulations. And we will go into what March is correct, Fub?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do the March Crown and Anchor, and I will hand it back over to you, Nate. We see a couple more posts. So we got another fire from Antoine Lugo. We got another Louis go. Yeah, he seems very, very excited to have won. So congratulations again. Congratulations again.
For sure. And Blend Bean said he's coming. God is getting closer.
Yeah. He's coming for you. He's coming for you next month. We'll see who wins next month.
All right. So March Crown and Anchor. We don't have the link in the description just yet. It'll be coming soon. We'll let you know when the link is ready. But it will take place in game week 31.
Yes.
Which I believe
I got the game weeks. Here we go. Here's the games. It's a
Friday,
Friday,
the 20th of March. So it's early because there must not be it's early in March. So the 20th of March, not too far away. And the first game in that game week is on a Friday. So get your responses in before the weekend. You got to get them in on Friday before 5 p.m. Bermuda time.
That's right. That's absolutely
so
right.
that is the deadline. Is game week 31, Friday the 20th of March. The password, is that next, Fub, or should we do into the Champion's Choice?
I think we usually say the password till the very last.
So the Champion's Choice fixture for game week 31 will be a tune. Here we go. Newcastle versus Sunderland. Here we go.
Newcastle versus Sunderland.
Newcastle. Big game up in Newcastle. Big game up in the north of England.
That sounds like a lot of pressure on that game. For
sure. Newcastle versus Sunderland. And the guess the number for that game week, Weezy, I think you've decided that will be total yellow cards. Is that correct? Total yellow cards for that game week 31. And then obviously what everybody needs to know is the password, which is no pressure. All one word, capital N, capital P. So capital N, lowercase o, capital P, RESSURE. No pressure.
No pressure.
And there is no pressure. Not on Arsenal, not on anybody. No pressure on Arsenal, no pressure on anybody.
No pressure. No pressure on City. No pressure on anybody.
No, of course there's no pressure on City. That's second.
Just stay ready.
Yeah, that's it. Just stay ready.
So yeah, just to reiterate, game week 31, Champion Choice is Newcastle versus Sunderland. Total yellow cards is the guess the number, and the password is no pressure with a capital N, capital P, all one word.
That's it. That's all you need to know to win next month's Crown and Anchor. Thank you very much, Weezy, for providing us with those decisions and those choices. I do have a question for you. Do you have any shout outs or anything that you want to mention before we finish up the show today?
Okay, I will always shout out to my son, BJ. I don't think he's watching right now, but he'll watch it because he's.
I'll see him on the softball diamond next week.
Yes, I hear. and when you see me at Bernard's Park, Nate, I am watching you.
Yes, I know.
So shout out to my son. Shout out to all the golfers from Wolves, from Ocean View, from Port Royal. And just shout out to visits in general. Looking forward to meeting both Keyshawn and Bland in due course. And
beautiful.
I'd just like to add a great job, you guys.
Thank you.
I just love this league. I love everything you do about it.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated. We're very glad to have you and everybody in the league. But yeah, very, very thankful. It's very, very enjoyable to have you on.
Yes,
Thank
and you've been a joy to have. I just want to let anybody know who doesn't know you. You have been a very integral part of the league and providing feedback and things. And I also want to say a special thank you to William Usher, who introduced you to the league.
Yes.
And William Usher, I know you mentioned him because you've been on the show more than once.
No, I've only been there once. Yeah,
I
but
thought
you
you mentioned William Usher and the
I
last
did.
time you were on the show.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think of him often because I thought when I first approached him about the league, I thought I'm sure he'll help me, and his response was, "Do you watch videos?" I watch a lot of videos.
There you go. There you go. I also want to just mention, you said that you've never missed an episode of the EPL Wizards
That's right.
podcast. So it's great to have you on one of them so that you can
Well,
continue.
look, listen. Another lesson for everybody in the league. If you watch the podcast, you might win a month. Weezy doesn't miss an episode, and she's won 2 months.
Hey, there's
I'm
something.
not
I think
saying there's a
something to be said.
correlation, but there's a correlation.
And I did get some good bits of information, even if it's just in passing. You'd be
Well, you've
surprised.
provided quite a few today as well. You've provided quite a few good bits of information.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you shared a lot of you've given me a lot of homework.
Yeah, Mandela's notebook's full.
Look.
The notepad's full.
I'm all maxed out. There we go. Hold on.
Do your homework.
I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do.
Key. Do your homework.
That's it. That's it as well. So I kind of want to ask a bonus question, which is, what do you like to do for fun? Like what's fun for you?
Well, of course, golf. Watching football right now is like my main. That brings me so much joy. But yeah, I play golf and I play bridge, and I try not to do too much work because I'm retired. So
That's the way it should be.
yeah, I just try and enjoy life.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I think life is to be enjoyed.
Yes.
I think that's important as well, especially for a lot of our younger viewers. I think, you have to remember what are we here for? What are we here in this world to do? And I think you are also a great example of, you can do this. You can win a month. You can win the season. So thank you very much for being so open and sharing this time with us tonight.
Yeah,
thank you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Congratulations again, and congratulations to Lugo for the Crown and Anchor win as well.
Yes. Yeah. We're getting a few more messages from Lugo here. He's on a roll. His birthday is in about a week or so.
He must be back to back. Must be back to back Crown and Anchor champion. Next Crown and Anchor starts on his birthday. Yeah. Next Crown and Anchor starts on his birthday. There you go.
He's very, very excited. There we go. All right. So I think that's it, Nate. Anything else that I'm missing, Nate?
I think we're good. We'll see how the league starts shaping out and then getting into this home stretch. We'll see how Arsenal's bottle is as we get down into late March and April.
Look. It's called a 6-pack. The 6-pack is in place. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say.
Look, man.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't need to say anything, folks. We don't need to say anything.
That's it.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
That's it. I like it. I like it, Nate. All right. Thanks again. Congratulations, Weezy, once again for being on. Maybe we will have you on at the end of the season.
Maybe.
To talk to you.
I'll be working on it.
I'm sure you
awesome.
will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And, yeah, that's it. Thanks, Flo.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
This show is brought to you by our gracious sponsors, BDA Home Solutions, delivering quality indoor air for a healthier you. YGS FC, respect all, fear none. GPASS, providing you seamless entry to all of your favorite events. and also brought to you by Just for Kicks for all your sporting needs.